Welcome back to another episode of the best laptop setups. This is episode number 19, but first, a huge shout out to Paulo for winning episode number 18. You're getting $75, so stay tuned for that email. But first, a huge shout out to Best Buy for sponsoring this portion of the video because they have some amazing deals happening for President's Day. In fact, they're so good, they're offering $400 off on select Windows laptop. I actually saw a great deal on the Samsung Galaxy Book Flex 2, which is retailing for $549. This is $300 off, and you get a beautiful QLED display paired with an 11th gen i5 processor and 8 gigabytes of RAM. If you're looking for a TV, they're starting as low as $99, but there is a sweet 43-inch 4K Samsung LED TV, which is selling for $329, which is absolutely insane. Now for phone users, the iPhone 13 Pro can be bought for $700 off if you trade in an iPhone 11 or newer, or if you're looking for a new Galaxy S22, Best Buy is handing out free memory upgrades and up to $200 Best Buy gift cards. But my favorite deal is the Beats Studio Buds, which are fantastic wireless earbuds, and they usually sell for about $150, but right now you can pick it up for $80. Links to all these amazing deals will be in the description down below. Now the very first setup comes from Clyde, and I love this because it's a custom desk setup. It's a loft bed, and right below it he has his workspace. The beauty about this is he's completely separating his sleeping space from his workspace, which gives you the feeling of two different locations. Now underneath you have these shelves, a desk space with drawers to house all of your stuff. It looks very clean and cozy, and his laptop of choice happens to be the Acer Predator Helios 300. It's packed with an RTX 3060, so it's great for gaming or content creation, and then he has it housed on a laptop stand to keep it off the table and provide better heat management. He does have it connected to a 24-inch Asus monitor, and then for his peripherals, he has a Royal Kludge 61 mechanical keyboard and a white Logitech mouse, the G304, and then he's also using Logitech headphones, the G733s. Now he does have another laptop on the desk, but he doesn't use it. It's in a vertical stand to keep the space looking clean, and that's his MacBook Air 2019 that he personally uses for work. I like this. You know, this is very special. I think the only changes I'd personally make is better cable management underneath the desk, which doesn't look the greatest, and I'd probably redo your top shelf. Like just having an empty Nike box in the right-hand corner takes away from the space. Setup number 2 comes from Matuse, and look, he's using a Mac Mini. It's not a laptop, so he's automatically disqualified from voting, but I still wanted to show it because it's beautiful. And I like the color palette he's using here. He has this dark gray wall, and then he's using a lot of white to make the area pop. And then his desk is like a dark oak, and that adds a sophisticated feel to the entire experience. He has this beautiful white chair in the background. He has some Grove-made accessories, like that headphone stand is from Grove-made, which his wireless headphones are on. He has the Mac Mini computer underneath his monitor, which is obviously connected to it. And then he has a light bar on top to give him some extra light when he's working at night. And yes, that rhymed. He does have a little moon globe to the left, which you can pick up for very cheap on Amazon. And then he has 2 Edifier speakers on opposite ends to give him sound. I love the pegboard. The pegboard is always a safe accessory because the beauty about it is you can take things off it and change the way it looks every so often. Like if you're bored of your setup, just rearrange your pegboard, add some different colors to it, and then you have a different look completely. Now the third setup comes from Zwan. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, and I really dig this. You know, I do think the desk is a little bit too small for the amount of stuff you have on there, but I love the way you keep everything nice and organized. You add some browns, some plant life to it to make it feel more livable, right? Workable, especially if you're sitting there all day. Now I know you say you use it to relax after work, but you could totally get work done on this setup. You are using an Alienware M17 R4 with an RTX 3070, so I'm guessing you definitely love to game. And then you have it connected to this beautiful monitor, which is the Asus VG259, and you have it housed on top of a monitor arm, so it looks like it's floating above your desk. I do like the little tabletop you have on top of your desk to give you more space underneath it to store things like your Bluetooth speaker. And then you have this IKEA pegboard on the right-hand side, which is nice because a lot of people usually put it behind it, but it's on the right-hand side where you can quickly access the things you need on that desk setup. And the speakers you're using are the Audio Engine 2 Plus, which are actually really good speakers for sound, and then your keyboard is the keyboard NJ68, and the mouse of choice is the Razer Orochi V2. Definitely a place to game, but it doesn't look like a gaming setup, and that's what I absolutely love about it. It's super clean. It looks like the cable management is toit. Overall, fantastic. The fourth setup comes from Lokvu, and for those of you that watch this series probably have heard of him before because he's been on it 2 other times, and I think he won once. And I think he changes his setup more than he changes his underwear, because each time he submits it, it looks completely different. And he's using the same stuff, so I don't think he's trying to pull a quick one on us. But look, I think this looks really, really cool. Now, I do love the fact that he has these 2 RGB lights on the left and right-hand side, and the wallpapers he has chosen has added a lot of pop and character to the entire experience. And the final setup comes from Sail. And look, this is nothing fancy or crazy, but I think it's important. It's the simple setup, okay? And a lot of you can relate to this, especially if you're tight on money. And all you have to do is buy a laptop stand to get the laptop higher off the desk. The idea is to have the display be at eye level, because if you're working on a laptop all day when it's on your desk, you start to like crane over it, and it's just not good for your posture. It's actually really bad. Get it at eye level, and then use a keyboard. Doesn't have to be the fanciest one. Sail's using the Keychron, for example, which is a good keyboard. And then you have a more comfortable workspace, right? And then what he's done was he personalized his desk with things he uses. He has a little green fake plant in the right-hand side. He has his PlayStation controller that he uses to game on his Nitro 5. He has his headphones on top of a headphone stand. And then there's a microphone attached to a boom arm at the back in case he has to do any Zoom calls or if he streams on Twitch. And the final thing is a little knickknack on the left-hand side, which is the date. A little thing like that can add a nice touch to the entire desk experience. So that wraps up this week's best laptop setups. Don't forget to check out all the deals for President's Day in the description down below. Don't forget to submit your laptop setup, which you can find instructions as well. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.